just for a short time. Actually, this might be a long time. So I decided like I said, the goal here is to start creating some functionality in Unity that pretty much resembles, if not mimics, my React application. And not everything in the React application works, obviously, but it's got kind of the base setup, and I would like my Unity to do the same thing. And a lot of it's the page, the navigations, the getting things up and running kind of bits. So I was like, how can I do this? Now, I have asked AI in the past to help me figure out how to convert code. Like, for example, I created my POC. I created my POC in React, the whole simulation of of the game, just to prove that I could create a simulation that looked pretty good and did its thing and showed a game that was being simulated. Used random numbers, but overall it simulated pretty cool. It looked good. It has a good football game feel to it. And then I asked it to convert that logic into Go so I can move it all to my Go background. And it did that. It created that. Did it work? I don't know. I never actually got around to testing that, but it did convert the code. And ultimately I'm using that code now, although I've changed a lot of it and tweaked it, and because that POC didn't do player information, it didn't do individual actions and plays, and it really didn't do much other than put in that. So it had put in logic for all the random numbers and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to spend time trying to work on getting the random numbers to work, because that's not the goal for the system. And I just kept my POC on the front end, and theoretically, if I wanted to, I could use that for a while. But I'm not really concerned about the random number version of the game. So I've rebuilt it and started structuring in all the functionality to allow for my game to actually use player values and have route actions in there that they do different things. The players will have certain points in their route where they do things that both the defense and the offense have to react to. Like, say, okay, so I think a hitch in a pass route is basically stutter step, right? And that's kind of how I'm implementing it. I think it might actually be referring to the going up and kind of turning back and going forward again. But I'm putting it in as a stutter step, which basically is a test. It's going to be a route test for the CB and the wide receiver, to see if the wide receiver can get a positional advantage over the CB. So in other words, will he get some space or not in the app? Now these are all things that at some point I'm going to have to create animations for, right? To kind of look like, all right, he goes out and then he does X and he does Y, to kind of try to throw off the white. Man, I don't know what I got. I got something on my eye or the side of my nose that's in my eye, in my line of sight. It's driving me crazy. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so it's going to have this effect of creating not only animations, which I don't know how that's going to work. Some of them might just be stops and goes. I don't know. But it's all functionality that I wanted to build into place. So I kind of built that up, set up the code to make that happen, and then just said, forget it. I'm throwing out the whole POC thing. So I don't know if that worked. But I do know that my simulator is a lot more solid now, and it's going to start having a lot more parts. And eventually, I'm hoping once I get the player values in and get this playbook finished, which I'm taking a slight detour today. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm referring to. That's what I'm referring to when I say I'm taking a slight detour. I'm going to go over to Unity. Now, I asked AI, I go, hey, AI, you helped me convert this POC. I didn't say this because this means nothing to the AI, but it did help me convert Unity or React to my backend Go. But this question is, now I want to create a Unity front end that's similar, functions similarly to my React front end. And I think I have enough now that I can start going in that direction. But I thought, that's a big, big ask. It's a big ask. I have a lot going on in the React app. It's a UI that's got at least 5 pages worth of functionality that some of it's more complex. It took a long time to set up. And I'm like, but can it help guide me through doing the same thing in Unity? So my prompt I created was, where'd it go? Oh yeah. Okay, so I need to create a similar Unity interface to my React UI, which it knows is right here. So it's got code base, so I don't have to go too much detail. It knows what I'm looking at. I know the two tools are vastly different, but page by page, could you guide me in creating a Unity counterpart that works pretty much the same? And then it said, yeah, I was going to do that. But it started off by saying, hey, create a new Unity project. I paused it and said, okay, wait. I have a Unity project. Here it is. And this is great since you'll be building on existing infrastructure rather than starting from scratch. Okay, so I have the stuff in place. You want to create a Unity interface that mirrors your React UI functionality. Let me guide you through implementing the playbook interface in Unity, similar to what you've done in React. So sure, let's go with it. I feel like it doesn't matter what page I work on first, right? I create the page, I get it going, see if it works. Then I can create navigations later. I can create a home page that navigates. Playbook is a big one. That's a huge one. It's a gargantuan one. So let's see what we can get going here. All right, so first we want to create the playbook model and service classes. First, let's create the data structures and API services needed for the playbook. I don't know if there is an AI attachment for Unity. So I opened this up yesterday because I was going to show it off, but it's not compiling, as you can see. It says, all compiler errors have to be fixed before you can enter play model. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know how I'm going to do. I got to go in and figure out what the compile errors are. And it's really kind of poor on the, now this is going to open up Visual Studio, which is where I do most of my AI stuff. So let's just do this. And I'll load everything up here. I'm going to try to fix the compile issues before I continue onward, because we got to start with a compiling app. It's always better. Now this is dangerous because since my playbook's not 100%, I might be giving myself some yeah. I'm starting to second guess doing this. This is because I should probably make the playbook fully functional before I start trying to replicate it, because I don't want to replicate a non-functional. Thing is, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think it's going to be able to figure that out. But yeah, so let's get this compiling. We'll work on one thing at a time. So we have now, there's a lot going on with I don't know Unity at all. I am a near zero. I'm at a 2 on a scale of 0 to 100 of Unity. Maybe a 5. I might be up to a 5 because I know some of the navigational experience, but the object model, almost nothing. I'd say with Go, that's where I started, right? In Go, I knew nothing, 0. Now I'd probably say Go, I'm probably a 20, maybe a 15 out of 100. I'm better. I can kind of navigate. I could even fix basic stuff, but I'm not an expert. I'm certainly not at a teachy level for Go. React, I was at that early nothing stage back in a year ago last April. A year ago last April. Not this April, but last April. I'd probably say I'm a good 40 or 50 now in React. I still wouldn't say I'm anywhere near expert or teachable. Teachable is like what? You're in the 90s at least. Experts at least 80, 70 something. So I could really function. I understand React now. I know kind of what it's doing, how it functions. And I could probably even write some of the code on my own now. Go, I could write some code, but it'd be very small stuff because I still don't fully Gronk all the syntax, but I'm understanding how it structures now, and I can do stuff in there. And I can understand it well enough to fix some basic stuff once the code's there. Unity, I'm not even at that point. I don't know. I mean, I know C#, which gives me probably the 5%. And then I know 1 or 2% of Unity, so maybe I'm a 7 or an 8, but still, it's not much. And even so, C# doesn't help a lot. Syntactically, I'm familiar with how this sets up, but I don't know enough about the object models I'm working with for that to be very useful at the moment. All right, so this is the image loader. You know, it's kind of cool with Go is if you're missing imports with Go and you hit save, it'll add them. It puts the imports in itself. It figures out where they are and just puts them in. Missing API config class. You'll need to create an API config class with the gateway URL property, or replace this with your actual API URL configuration. Add this helper method here. So what do I need to add? You'll need to create an API config class with a gateway URL property. Game data. All right, so let's do that. Add new item. We'll go I want to call it API config. Oh, API handler. I'm going to call it API handler and do the same thing I did in Unity. API handler. .cs. Okay. So every time I add stuff here, oh, hopefully I didn't lose my code there. Okay. All right, so in Unity, when you add files in the back end, it has to add them in the front end, which adds them in the back end. So you get this weird, so if you go to the front end and add it, it won't do that prompt. It'll create it and add it and put it in for you. But if you do it from the back end, it puts it in the front end, which becomes the put it in the back end plan. So it kind of goes both ways. It's like, oh, you're putting it here? Well, let's first put it there so you get a edited outside. It's weird. That's all I can say, okay? It's just weird. See, this is going to be weird too, because how do I set this up so that, I have to ask a question on that one. And then add this helper method to your class. Send web request. Change your load play image method. Then I got to go back over to here. Load play image method.
Incoming call from 833-877-7249.
I'm sure this is junk, but I gotta take it, you know, the old job hunt nonsense. Hold on.
Incoming call from
Postal Service called me. And the only reason I think it's weird that I was gonna answer it is because I just set up a postal package that I haven't shipped yet. I gotta go drop it off. But I got a weird, and then I said hello and they hung up, which was also weird. Why would they hang up? What just happened here? I'm trying to see if they left a message. Guess not. Is it? Huh. I don't know. I did schedule early DoorDash, 11 o'clock. So around 11:15, I'll probably end up having to leave. Oh, it did leave a message. Doggone. Let's see what nonsense. Let's see if they have a problem with something. Huh. Nope. Hold on, they did leave a message. I just gotta figure out how to get to it. Oh, gosh dang it.
Hello, my name is Desiree Hall from the United States Postal Service. I'm reaching out to provide information on our newest commercial solution. If you're interested in learning how we can assist you in your business, please give us a call at 833-877-7249. Again, our number is 833-87.
Okay. I thought it was going to have something to do with the package I prepped, and I didn't want to have a problem with that. Got to make sure my customer gets his package. And then I don't get around and they charge me triple because, oh yeah, wow, we made a mistake and it's going to be triple the cost what you saw. Sorry. And I'd be like, no, anything but that. Okay, so let's get back to this. Let's see, what do we have here that's still compiling weird? All right, so this did not compile correctly. Was I supposed to put this? Add this method to your class. Oh, do I need to put this inside of... That's not a class. Let's have this here. Does that work? I will be making lots of calls to the API. Would API backend services. So I placed this function in the API handler.cs along with the API fig class. However, it doesn't work. I knew it wouldn't, because I'm not referencing it correctly. I need to import this into my image loader. So I need to adjust this. don't even know what it did. What did it do? Oh, async? No, wait, no, async's public static. Oh, it's creating a public static. I don't need this twice. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Are we still problematic here? Nope, everything seems to be good there. Who else we got for compile errors? Blah, 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 blah. I don't see any other compile errors. I'm guessing there probably are some, but I'm not seeing them at the moment. Okay, well, let's save everything. Let's go see if Unity's still crying. Well, it's letting me run it up. Now let's see if I can move. I can move! Should we run? We're gonna run backwards. Let's go forwards. Okay, so I've got my dude compiling now. So that means I can go ahead and try this thing I was trying to do. All right, so we'll shrink this for the moment. We'll go back over here. Now things get interesting. I do this thing where I have code in both places. It's the same code. So when I change one, it does change the other, but it's kind of weird because it's because I'm using the Claude 3.7 here. And the reason I use it here is because this can see my entire object model. That can only see, or not object model, well, my entire application setup. Whereas this cannot, or that cannot see it all. This can see it all. So this way, when it's giving me code to do, I can adjust it. So create the playbook model and service classes. So let's go to game data, game, run game. Let's go create one for playbook. New file. Oops, nope. Oh, this, I wish you can you do the same thing here? If I go new file and go playbook. / let's see if you can do the same thing here that you can do in, I forgot. Is it backslash? And then play.cs. Create file. Scripts, models, play.cs. We are in models, right? No, it's going to go here. Script services. Models. All right. I don't have, there is models here. All right, let's do it the way it says. I have models here, but this is not set up the same. So we're going to go new file. Let's see if I can do this. Models / playbook / play.cs. File or folder name cannot start with a /. Oh. Oh, it worked. Cool. Nice. Niceness. Go back here. I don't know how I ended up back here, but we'll go over here. So we're back here. And then we're going to go play.cs. So that's a Visual Studio thing, then it must be. Setting up some models, and then we have services. Do I have a services folder? Is services a thing? Nope. So we'll make it new file. We're gonna go services / playbook / playbook service.cs. Here, there it is. Hey, okay, so we're going to copy this. It's creating some basic playbook stuff. I'm very curious what this is going to render, because it's not actually having me do any front end stuff yet. I'm waiting for the step-by-step that tells me, all right, go to the front end, do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's not doing that right now. So I'm very curious what this is going to do. Probably nothing. It's going to say, okay, now you need to go create your UI. Good luck. Create the image loader utility. Scripts, utils. I'm not going to do scripts, utils. I could do utils. I'll put that in the game. I'll put that in here too. We'll go new file, and we'll call this utils / image loader.cs. Wait, didn't I already have an image loader.cs? I think I already have an image loader. Wait a minute. Wait. I do. But I might want to use this one because I don't think this has been updated. So we'll delete that one. This one's going to use the functionality I currently have. So this image loader probably doesn't do anything. Because this was created way back when I first started setting up the process. So we'll dump that. I know it's the one I just fixed the compiling issues, but it's old. So I might as well go with the new one. Because this is going to do stuff that actually calls to my back end, and we'll see how that goes. All right. Create the playbook UI component. All right, so this scripts UI. So we got UI. Don't know if I like this. Game processing. Services, playbook, models. What if I just go, let's do this. New file. And we're going to go, instead of being in the scripts, it's going to be UI / playbook UI. Sure. .cs. And it's curious, is this actually building my UI? No, it can't be building my UI. Can you actually do all the code in Unity without using the UI? That would be so cool. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. I think you have to actually do the UI because you got to do the mesh and all that other crap. Create play card components. Let's create 2 UI components for play cards, one for available plays and one for playbook logic. Play cards. Play cards. Let's create 2 UI components for play cards, one for available plays and one for playbook plays. Okay, so that's fine. But is. See, there's multiple parts. And once you start having multiple parts of the playbook, this is just the playbook. So I don't know if I kind of want to separate it. I think I'm going to change this. New folder. We're going to call this playbook. Now, I don't know if this is bad or not. I just feel like I like organization. Can't help it. And so this way I can put all my playbook stuff in the same object, but yet keep them separate because I'm going to have a lot of other fields and stuff going on. So I feel like that needs to be kind of clean. So I'm going to create a new file here. And we will do play. Why are they called cards? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that a nomenclature? Play card UI.cs. Let's go here. What is a card in Unity? Unity by Hard Rock. Card game. Oh, why is it calling them cards? And I thought that was a term in Unity because I never heard of play cards. That must just be a AI thing. Because the reason I don't want it to be called a card if it's not necessary is because I have cards in the game. I have play cards. I mean, they are actually cards, not sections of the app. So let's call this. There's probably one for each. Instead of calling it playbook cards, how about available plays? Let's do this. Rename. We're going to call this available plays. Kind of like a component. Just change this to available plays. And I don't think, as long as it doesn't reference itself some way. All right, and then we'll go down here, and this will be playbook cards, new file. We'll create one called playbook plays. I don't think the other one's going to be referenced in here because there's two separate objects. Okay. Create the UI prefabs and scene. Dun dun dun. Okay, so this is where things get difficult. Now that we have the scripts, we need to create the UI prefabs and scene layout that will match your React UI design. Create a new scene named playbook. Okay, so that means I have to go. Now is where I have to start doing stuff. All right, so I go. Is there a thing called scenes in here? There it is, scenes. So I don't know if this is the one I want. I'm going to rename this because I don't like its name. It's a terrible name. It's no longer sample scene. It's actually my on-field. On-field scene. Okay, so then we're going to go here. We're going to go create scene. It said prefab, right? Prefab. And this one's going to be called Playbook. Do they have to say scene? I mean, what's the standard? I don't know if the nomenclature or the standard logic for apps is called Playbook. All right, I am going to change this, rename. I'm just going to call it Playbook. It's probably got a suffix that makes it change, right? It's not a scene. It's not a .cs or anything, so it should be okay. Create the following UI hierarchy. Dun dun dun. All right. It says just do this. No problem. You got this, man. You got this. It says. Like, I don't know if I do. I'm scared. So what's the canvas? Is this? It says UI hierarchy. Ooh, create the play card prefabs. Attach the scripts to the appropriate objects. Playbook UI scripts to the canvas. Playbook card UI scripts to the play card prefab. Configure the inspector references in the Playbook UI component to point to the correct UI elements. Okay, I think I'm not going to do the play editor, by the way, not in Unity. I'm not planning on the play editor ending up in Unity, so we're going to skip that one. I know. Maybe one day, but I'm not planning to put the play editor in Unity. I think it's going to be too small, too hard to work with in there. I mean, it's already tiny grid points. And using your finger to do that stuff, that's not going to be fun. I would have to come up with some much cooler setup than I've got right now. I'd have to reformat how it lays out. And I just don't think it's not on the docket. Sorry, it's just not on the docket. I'm just using it to create the plays for the game to function. And, yeah. But I don't know how to do this. So when it says create the following UI hierarchy. Tabs, UI hierarchy. So I have the hierarchy here. Now, so yeah, let me ask a question. Can I ask questions about stuff here? All right. So one dot. All right. Well, create the following UI hierarchy. Create the following UI hierarchy. Is canvas just the root? And should the items shown be same level as my existing scene? Should my existing scene, which will be used for the game simulation, be moved to its own folder in the graph. First, let's clarify about the UI hierarchy structure. In Unity, Canvas is the root container for all UI elements in a scene. It's not a naming convention, but a specific component required for UI systems to work. The UI hierarchy I provided would be for dedicated playbook scene or window, not mixed directly into your game simulation scene. This keeps concerns separated and makes both interfaces easier to maintain. Let me provide a clearer guidance. Yeah, clear guidance. That's a cool idea. And option 1, separate panel approach recommended. Create a dedicated playbook panel that can be shown or hidden within your existing scene. I don't know how to do that. What do you mean panel? What's this panel thing you speak of? Create a playbook. 1, create a playbook prefab, which I have. The prefab can be instantiated when needed and destroyed when not in use. Keep your existing game simulation scene intact. Your main simulation scene should focus on the core gameplay. Add a UI manager that can show hide different UI panels like the playbook. All right. So, is it saying that I need to do something with this? Alright, in Unity, Canvas isn't just a generic, it's a specific component required for the UI system to work. A separate panel approach recommended. Dedicated playbook panel that can be shown or hidden within your existing scene. Okay, let's go with option 1. Recommended. Keep in mind, I don't really know anything about Unity yet. So I did create, so I don't know exactly how to create some of these objects. Panels, tabs, etc. I did manage to create the playbook prefab, but I am not sure how to do this step. I'm having it guide me through, man. I'm basically making it be my teacher, my instructor. I am learning this process from AI. I'm going to let AI teach me how to do this stuff. It's basically the same process if I had a professor and he said, it's what we're going to call immersion coding. It's like, we're not going to waste time with all the other crap. You're just going in head first. Like when you do a foreign language class and you go to an immersion foreign language class, which hopefully you have some basic stuff, which I don't have. I have coding. That's my basic stuff. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
425-409.
Hello?
Hey, is this Kenneth?
It is?
Hey, this is Tristan here at Anytime Fitness in Linwood. How's it going?
Okay, hold on just a second. think the issue was I signed up for this 7-week fitness thing. I like doing these little challenges. The problem is it's a little far away. And yesterday when I went to the appointment, which didn't happen because they didn't answer the door. Anytime Fitness has, you have to key card your way in, and so if you're not a member yet, you have to be able to get in. So you have to wait and stand by the door, whatever. It was a little far away, and I felt really awkward. I mean, like I felt like I should have been here working on the app. I work out in the mornings. I'm pretty good at being consistent. I like the challenges of these extra fitness things. I've done a few of them, different things over time, not just there, but other places. And when you get them free or Groupon cheap or whatever, I go to these various things and I get them. And since this was free, I thought, shoot, let's go for it. But yeah, I just felt like this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be coding. I got to get this thing done. I want to make progress. There's so many things I want to see happening to it. And as a result, I just said, screw it, I'm not doing it. They didn't answer the door, I'm done. That was a sign. That was a sign. I take it as a sign from God going, yeah, you should be working. I want you to finish this project. I'm like, okay. And I feel like God wants me to finish this project. You know why I say this? I know there's a lot of people out there who are gonna say that I have that same problem, but I don't think that's the issue. Maybe it is, but you don't know it. It seems so weird to go over a year getting pretty much zero, not even a call, not even an email for my job applications. Nothing, not even I get a few every now and then of those automated rejections. We've decided to go with something else. This job is no longer available. Thank you for applying, but we decided blah, 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 because they filter you out and they have the automated rejections. And you can tell they're all standard cookie cutter, no thank yous. And so maybe they looked at your resume, which they probably did. It means they went through their filter, but I think sometimes it doesn't go through their filter and they just never call you. Some of them don't have filters. They just don't call you because they have 500 resumes and they don't care about, replying to all of them. So it just seemed weird. It was just too quiet. It was like excessively quiet. I mean, literally, I'm on month 13 of unemployment, and I've gotten one time I got to talk to a manager. A contractor called me, set me up an appointment with a manager. I talked to the manager. That was the end of it. And I kind of knew that was a job that I was already stretching. It was a stretch because I didn't have all the things they wanted. He kept asking about this one thing, and I'm like, well, I'm aware of it. I don't do much with it. And yeah, he said he wanted someone. The comeback was, we want someone who's more solid in this. But that was it. Nothing else. 300 plus resumes out in the world. I've even had the kind where you have like referrals. I've had at least 3 friends directly refer me for positions in their companies, and not a single beep. Not even a, hey, we got you from a referral. Oh no, wait. I actually did get Facebook to call me once, but they never let me. It was just an HR person who, again, I guess apparently I didn't have enough skill because they didn't ever call me back. They never scheduled the next step. So they said, if we go forward, you'll have like 7 interviews. I'm like, oh, great. No, that was in December. But yeah, nothing. It's been crickets. So I feel like there's something weird. It's eerily quiet. And I know there's people out there saying, I've done all these things and I've never gotten a call either. So whatever. But once I started this project, though, I've been so fired up about it, and I just feel like it's got a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? Yes, I'm saying there's a chance. I don't know for sure if my cool little fantasy style players is going to be a thing. I would love to be able to put gear on these guys and have them all look like football players and do those meshes, but I'm thinking it might not work. Too much work. to get it done in a reasonable time. It's not like I don't want to do it, but I don't think I can do it fast enough. All right. Whew. All right, so he's giving me a step-by-step now. All right, creating playbook UI panel in Unity step-by-step. Step 1, in your Unity project, open your scene. Oh yeah, so I created a scene playbook. Got it. Right-click hierarchy and select UI canvas. Right-click in the hierarchy and go, oh, okay, so you go right-click UI. Oh, check that out. There's a UI canvas right there. Check that guy out. All right. It's a specific object. That's new. Learn. Rename this UI playbook panel. Aha. We call it playbook panel. So a panel is a page in UI. It must be. So we're creating this playbook thing that's going to look something like the one I have. In the inspector, configure the canvas. In the inspector, configure, oh, okay, inspector's over here. Canvas scaler component. Set UI scale mode to scale with screen size. Okay, works. Where am I going to? Scale mode? Canvas scaler, scale mode, scale with screen size. Okay. Reference resolution 1920 by 1080 or your target resolution. Oh, you know what? Let's find out what the resolution is. Since my first objective is to make it work on my foldable phone, let's do that as my target resolution. Blah 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 blah. Go away. Nope, don't need you either. What is the resolution of the Samsung Galaxy Fold 5? 1812 by 2176. 1812 by 2176. We'll start there. 1812 by 2176. Screen match mode. Match width or height. Set slider to middle. Match width or height. Set slider to the middle. Sure. It's probably 500, right? By 5. There you go. All right, so add a background panel. Right-click on the playbook panel, select UI panel. UI panel. It's already starting to look like something. Rename it to background. Oh, that's it. Background. In the inspector, set color to semi-transparent dark color. Sure, why not? Semi-transparent dark color. What is my setting? In the inspector, set color. How do you set it to semi-transparent dark color? Oh, it's giving me the RGBA. Oh, that's the oh, okay. 0.8. No. Can I just type it in? Is that allowed? Zero, zero, zero. Oh, 0.8 is what? Like that, maybe? If this is 255, I don't know what 0.8 would be. Something like that, though. Sure. In the rect transform, where's that at? Rect transform, okay. In the rect transform component, click the square button with the arrows pointing to each corner. Yeah. This stretches the panel to fill the entire canvas. The arrows pointing to each corner. That's kind of what it's doing, right? In the right hand corner, click the square button with arrows pointing to each corner. That's kind of what it says. It's not doing it. Huh. In the rect transform component, click the square button with arrows pointing to each corner. I mean, it says it stretches, but it doesn't actually do anything. All right, well, we'll leave it for now. We'll see what it does. Create the tab navigation. So right click on the playbook panel, select UI panel. So we're going to go down here. We're going to go to UI panel. Rename it tabs panel. Okay. Tabs. Does it have to be? I guess by putting panel, I can tell what it is, right? Because background is background. We know what that is. Tabs. It's tabs, but it's a panel, so we can, I don't know, it makes sense, sort of. In the React transform component, component, same thing. Set anchors to top stretch, top row, middle option. Anchors. Set anchors to top stretch, top row, middle option. Oh, is this thing? Rename, right click. Oh. Rename it to tabs panel. Select the React transform component. Set anchors to top stretch. Oh, is it this one? Top stretch, top row, middle option. Is it this one? is, oh, is that my watch? By the way, I can put on now. It's fully charged. Time is it? Ah, it's 10:30. Time is flying. I am cruising through my day. All right. Set height to 60. All right. All right. Position Y to -30 to position from top. Oh, you know what the problem is? I forgot. I'm using a different screen dimension. I should probably adjust my main screen, so that's why it's not filling it up, because it thinks it's inside of a smaller container. I should probably work my whole thing into the same area, which will be nice because I can start seeing how my thing lays out in actual gameplay. So I should probably, once I'm done with getting this one configured, adjust my field to fit into my screen too, and then I can increase my screen size so that I can work on a bigger area. But yeah, I didn't even think about that, because right now it's all based off of the size of my screen. Set color to semi-transparent. 60. Set Y position to -30. I still can't. I don't see anything here. Right click on the tabs panel and click UI button. All right, UI button. Guess it's this one because there's really not another one. Text Mesh Pro. Yep, it's the only button I see, so we'll have to go with that one. Rename it to Plays Tab Button. Sure. Plays Tab Button. Alright, rename it. Configure Plays Tab Button. Position it on the left side of the panel. What do you mean, position it? I don't see anything to position. What are you talking about? I didn't even realize that wasn't on the screen. Oh, is that this thing I'm working with? Oh. It does kind of look like my phone. It's like, it must be rotated, but it's kind of does look like my phone. Oh, is it the... Sure. We'll put it there. Actually, you know what? We'll put it right. Alright, we'll put it there. I don't know, I haven't decided how I'm going to lay that out, but I can always fix it later. Let's see. Position on the left side. Set width, height to 150/50. Now, it could be kind of big if I do this, because, again, it's not set to my... The resolution it had in mind was different from the resolution I'm actually setting here. Set normal color to a distinct color. Normal color to a distinct color. What's a distinct color? Let's go with... Well, what if I... go 50 here. And then I'm gonna go 0 here. Oh, that's orange? Wait. Oh, it's red, green, blue. It's not yellow. Oh, okay. Blue. I want this to be 50. Maybe? No? I don't have any idea what color I'm making here. Set this to 50. And we'll set the green to 0. Let's see what that does. It's, what is that color? Is that reddish? That's kind of a light purple, super red purple thing color. But I'm kind of going for a reddish color. That's what I'm trying to get. But I don't want to go full on red. Kinda. Honestly, I'm trying to get a color that's similar to what I've got going. I'm actually going to set this to a fair amount of transparency. Because I say so. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with that nonsense. All right. What did I set it at? 164, 36, 183. Whatever. Close enough. Let's see. Distinct color. Right click on the Plays tab button and select UI Text Mesh Pro. What is it? Play tabs button. Right click. UI Text Mesh Pro. UI Text Mesh Pro. Okay. If prompted to import temp essentials, click import. Nope. Oh, was I? Oh, wait, import. Why is it complaining about that? Hello? Why won't it import this? It's giving me an error, but it won't tell me why. Hello? What's your problem? Pops it up, but it won't let me, won't actually let me do it. Import temp essentials. Why is that not working? Oh, let's try stopping this. All right, did everything I do just get erased? Is there a weirdness about running stuff? Because when you run stuff, everything you create in the live. So everything you do in live disappears. So I have to do everything all over again. Nothing like repetition to learn something. If you want to learn something, nothing like doing it over and over again. That's so like I learned now that for the second time, when you are in play mode, everything you do in play mode vanishes. That's just the way it goes. Look, now I can't even get it to run. Like it's like, nope. Hey hi. Hey hi Nintendo. How's it going? So yeah, I'm going through learning mode again. So I started doing stuff, and now I have to do it again because apparently I didn't realize I was in play mode. I was. I know I was. I didn't like do it. I turned it on, but I didn't realize. So anything you do in play mode is temporary. It doesn't. Oh yeah, I have to dash pretty soon myself. I have to leave and. Well, I scheduled it for 11, and since I'm close, a lot of times I'll just start it, and then I'll go get ready and leave. So I don't actually leave the house for 15 minutes after. I'll go make myself some food and stuff, but I'll have the dash on, and if it actually gives me something, I'll run out the door because I just like to be ready to go at that point. Don't what? Oh, don't dash? I know. I don't know what else to do though, man. I'm trying to. If I could get more people to buy my Mage Cages, you want? You need any? Do you know anyone who collects miniatures? So I did this thing. Okay, I was looking at this. What is it? How to create. Oh, it was a YouTube video on creating ads, right? So how to create a decent ad. And one of the first things this thing was, it says use this app called Big Brain something or other. I don't know. I forgot what it's called already. I went to it and tried it out. And so you say you want to find pain points, right? So you find pain points for an object or a thing that's out there that your product is meant to fill the niche for. And it'll browse the world, right? It goes out and looks through bajillions of stuff and comes back with what people find is their biggest pain points with existing products. And I was like reading it and I'm like, wow, that's everything my case is supposed to resolve. Literally everything that it mentioned, my case resolves almost all of it. It gives you a way to store your stuff, a way to transport it. It grows with your collection, all things that none of the other cases out there do. And I kind of knew this already, but it's kind of cool to see what's out there and then see that my product kind of fills those niches. But then you do that, and then you're supposed to take those pain points, put them into some other thing, and it had a step-by-step on how to try to do it. And I might have to do that. I have to figure out a way to be a better advertiser because I don't know how to get my product in front of people so that they're inclined to buy it. And the only time I'm really successful is when I go to conventions. But conventions are so expensive that even if I sell a lot, I rarely pay off the convention for the small amount of time that you're there. I could sell 200 cases or 200 units and I might make $1,000 or something like that, $1,000, $1,200. But the convention, a lot of the conventions run me with travel and a hotel and then the convention itself and then food and everything I spend. I can spend $2,000 to $2,500 and I might make 3/4 of it back selling units. So it's good marketing, but it just burns through a lot of units and I didn't make any money, right? So that's a lot of units sold. It's better than probably some of the other people there, but at the same time, I can't do anything with it. I have a website. It doesn't work. Well, it didn't work. I've kind of taken my website down because I wasn't selling enough. People don't find websites by accident. There needs to be something out there that pulls them into your website. Something that says, hey, we got this. Go check it out. And that's where your ads and marketing go. And I have a website. Right now, it's just not plugged into any purchase capability anymore because I was being charged $30 to $40 a month. It's weird because I was getting charged fixed amounts for expected sales. I was getting charged fixed amount for the service itself. Then you get charged for the credit card processor. So basically you have two processors that you have. You have the credit card processor and you have the, I forgot what it is, I don't know. It's basically your your UI processor. It's two things. If you're doing a website on your own, okay, if you're doing a website on your own, if you're doing it like Shopify, it's still kind of the same, but Shopify is the front end piece, and then you got your card processor, and you still got to pay those things. But generally, the card processor charges you X for every sale, and X for every. Yeah, well, that's true, but you got to build those things into the site. And I had them built in, but I had a lot of trouble getting PayPal working on my site. And maybe now that AI is around, I could probably redo it. But I need to figure out a way to do it so I don't get charged for anything unless I actually sell product. You know, get charged when I make a sale, which is kind of the goal, right? So I'd have to build in all that stuff into my website again. I have to rebuild, restructure, re-edit to my website. And I just, again, that's more stuff to do. There's a lot of things to do, and I have a very little amount of me. Bing was his name-o. Bingo was his name-o. I think you're missing something there. Bingo was his name-o. Bing was his name-o. A lot of stuff and very little me. Just don't have enough of it. But I know I also have tried to convince myself if I can do something instead of DoorDash that can make me more than DoorDash in the long term, it would be worth it. But I have a hard time separating long term from now term. Go make $20 now, I feel like, oh, I did something. I got some money in, even though it was painful and took longer than I wanted and it was boring and I sat around a lot. Or I can like not do that, build some ads, work on my website, do some other things, and potentially set it up so that I can start making money again, right? But I had a website. It was fully functional, and it's not enough. Having a website is great, but if nobody knows you're out there, they're not going to your website. Period. I had Shopify, they're out there, but I had like Google Analytics and stuff, and it's like, there's nobody going to your site, dude. They don't know you exist. And advertising is, it costs money. Word of mouth is great, but again, you need to, you have to travel in those circles, right? I have a somewhat a big. You have a somewhat a big? What's a somewhat a big? You have somewhat a big. I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm pretty good at translating typos, but I don't know what that one's saying. You have a somewhat big following, contact base, advertising skills, people who play miniatures, got a big gaming crowd. Have you even seen my cases? Have you even checked them out? I have mentioned them before, but I don't even think I have anything on. Do my description even call these out? Well, I do say at the bottom, Actimines Games, home of the Mage Cage, X-Case, Ultimate Expandable, Transportable, Displayable, Transport for gaming and collectible miniatures. Oh, AM Games Direct doesn't exist anymore. I killed my Shopify. I should probably take that off my thing. Killed my Shopify because it was costing me too much money. Learn more at YouTube at Actimines. I would like to help us launch the new X-Case line of products. Yep. All right, let's update that. You do? Your Facebook following? How many people you got on Facebook? Really? You have a Facebook following? What do you do on Facebook? That's that's getting you? Oh, Facebook following. I don't know why I kept. My brain was thinking YouTube. I have 435 people on my website or my on my Active Minds Games, which isn't a lot, but it's more than I have here on my Active Minds Games Facebook page. Because these are all people who have bought from me before, but they're waiting. A lot of them are waiting for me to make the big cases, which I can't do yet because I don't have enough people to launch my Kickstarter. But Facebook's a weird animal for advertising. I mean, it kind of, sort of, sometimes gets you a few sales, but it's weird. Facebook's kind of a thing. I need a, and plus advertising, right? It's not just say, this is a thing, go look. It's kind of like you gotta have an ad. And that's another thing, takes a lot of time, creating ads. I have some ads. If you go to my Active Minds Games on Facebook, you'll see I kind of have some ads that I put up there over time. And it's some of them are okay. But they're just they're the ads I put on there. How are you? What did you do on Facebook that you have that many views? You just got. Are you doing one of those? Do you just have a bunch of random followers, or do you actually have something on there that was getting people to come look? I don't have no idea how many views my site gets. I get probably, I think, 50 views a month, something like that. All right, where was I? I gotta go do this again. Back to what I was doing. Stop it. Nope, wrong one. Okay, that's the one I want. You have stuff. You have stuff. Whoa, that's how you do it. That's cool, man. Stuff is awesome. 9,000 to 10,000 views. That's not bad. That's not bad at all for you. You know, I have one video on my YouTube. Actually, I have a couple now that are over 1,000, but I have one that's got like 20,000 views. One video. It's not a lot, but it's getting up there. It was my one video I did. It wasn't a live view. I mean, it was an edited video. Which, by the way, on YouTube, edited videos are the way to go. You get so many more viewers and followers. Again, it takes time and you got to be willing to do it. But I created a short video that showed people how to connect multiple Twitch accounts to your Amazon Prime so that you could so that your streams last longer. Your stuff lasts on it does more than that, but that's what I use it for. That's why my videos on Twitch will last for like 60 days instead of the usual like 20 days or 30 days or something like that. It's a lot less. It might even be only 2 weeks normally, but you get like 60 days if you connect to a Amazon Prime account. But Amazon Prime will allow you to attach multiple Twitch accounts, and I had multiple Twitch accounts. I still have them, and I couldn't. But it's not intuitive at all. So I constantly get people writing me going, "Oh, I'm so glad you had this. We couldn't find how to do this anywhere," and I show people how to do it. It's actually kind of clunky. I had to call Amazon to figure out how to get it done. I called them, went through this process. They had me do blah 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 blah, connected. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to show people how to do this. So I created a video, and that's what I did. So it gets a lot of views. Totally unrelated to anything I do, though, other than the fact that it's kind of related to streaming, but that's about it. All right, let's go through the step-by-step process again. Make sure I got this. Start over. Okay, my Unity project. I got to go here. I learned this canvas is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing, but now I know it's a thing. We're going to call it playbook panel. Whoops. Don't know how to spell, or I do, but my hands are too much in a hurry. And then we're going to go, all right. Rename it to, wait, what? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I got to go find what my image was. It's 1812 by 2176. 1812 by 2176. Oops. So my resolution scale the screen size 1812 2176. Match width or height. Set slider to middle. Okay, match width or height. And set this to 5. Oops, no, 0.5. Here, and we're going to hit File. Yes. What do you mean, what happened? Oh, why did I have to do it all over again? Apparently, when you're doing this stuff, you do not want to be in play mode. If you're in play mode and you create stuff and then you stop play mode, it all disappears. It's all gone. Nothing in play mode is permanent. Apparently, that's all just like it's a non-thing. So yeah, I live and learn. Get to do it twice. Best way to learn, keep doing it over and over again. I've done that twice now. I repeated it. Now I've learned my lesson. Do not be in play mode. 2 times will teach you a lesson. That's for sure. All right, so wait a minute. I'm going to playbook. Right click on the playbook panel, select UI panel. Again? Oh, canvas. And now I'm saying, oh, that's weird. So my canvas got named a panel, but my panel's going to be named background. UI panel. So in the inspector, oh yeah, so I got to do this thing now. I got to go set color to semi-transparent dark. So color. And we're going to go 0, 0, 0. And we'll go over here. Close enough. All right. What did I miss? Right click on the playbook panel, select UI panel, rename it to background, which I did. In the inspector, set color to semi-transparent color dark, which I did. In the rect transform component, click the square button with arrows. Oh. That's kind of already doing that. Stretch. Click the square button with the arrows pointing to each corner. This stretches the panel to fit the entire canvas. Oh, what's the problem? Ah, there it is. I'm like, why can't I see what's going on? That would explain it. All right. Rename it to tabs. Stretches the panel to fill the entire canvas. Okay, so create the tab navigation. Right click on the playbook panel, select UI panel. All right, UI panel. And we're going to rename this one to tabs panel. Okay, tabs panel. Why not? And we're going to say in the rect transform, anchors top left, center top stretch. Set height to 60 and negative 30. So we're going to set height to 60 and negative 30. Obviously got some amount of width. Oh, are we putting tabs in my tabs? This stretches the panel to the entire canvas. Tabs panel, row, set height, 60. Right click on the tabs panel and click UI button. UI button. And plays tab button. Plays button. I don't need plays tab button. Just plays button. It's good enough. Alright, so plays button. Set anchors to top stretch, top row, middle option. Oh, I already did that. Right click. Click that on. Configure. Position it. Oh, position. I just grab it and move it over, I guess. Alright. Configure play tabs button. Position it to the left side of the panel. Set width height 150/50. Width 50/50. Set normal color to distinct color, which is down here. So I'm already learning because I know where these things are now. So, but I want to set a fair amount of translucency on this. Doesn't look like my app, but it's supposed to look like my app eventually. But I can tweak colors and do that stuff later. Alright, so configure the Place Tab button, position to the left, 150/50/50. Right click on the Place Tab button, select UI Text Mesh Pro. Alright, we're going to go here, right click, UI Text Mesh Pro. If prompted to import temp essentials, which I've imported now, they should exist. I don't have to do that again. For some reason I got two though. It's interesting. Rename the text to Place Tab Text. I don't know why it gave me two though. Plays Tab Text. Why not? Somewhere on here is going to be text. Rename the text to Place Tab Text. Configure. Let's just take this all the way to the top. Configure the text to plays. Makes sense. Set font size to 24. Sure, why not? Set alignment to center. Alignment to center. Alignment to center. Center. There you go. What else we got here? Alignment to center. Right, go. I'm getting ahead of myself. Set font style to bold. Duplicate the Place Tab button and rename it to Play Editor. I'm not doing a Play Editor tab. I'm not putting that in the. I'm not putting that in the Android app. So we're not doing Play Editor. I know. I know. Not now. One of these days, I'll maybe, but not now. That's not part of the plan. Oh, weird. I got a weird phone call. Relative. Hold on just a minute. I was a misdial. Well, not a misdial. I mean, it's a relative, but it's like they never. It was a relative that never calls me. I mean, we're close, but it's just not. I was calling my dad. We have the same name, and he just called the wrong Ken Romero. And so it's just rare. I was like, well, I was worried that it was my aunt telling me some bad news because if you get called by a relative that never contacts you, there's some reason for this. It's got to be a pretty out of the ordinary thing, So you're like, uh-oh. Luckily, it was nothing, and he just called the wrong person, which is okay. Anyway, back to the thing. Move it next. All right, so I don't need to do that one or that one or that one. Okay, so create the context panel for plays. Right click on the playbook panel, select UI panel. So the playbook panel on the playbook, create the content panel for plays. Oh. And rename it. All right, right click on the playbook panel, select UI panel. Okay, so we're gonna go here, go to UI panel. And this one is going to be called Place. Sure. And plays content, plays. Okay, content. I've kind of decided sometimes I don't always like the naming conventions of AI. So got to make sure it fits my desire, my innermost desires. All right, configure it as horizontal strip at the top, set height to 90. Set anchors to top stretch. So we're doing the same thing. Create the content panel for plays. Oh, it's because I'm creating another content panel though. So, all right. So we're gonna go here, good, and configure as a horizontal strip. Set height to 50. Wait, what is it? Content. Oh, I see. I got to stay on the right thing here. In the rect transform, position it below the tabs. And then use anchors to stretch it to fill the remaining space. Use anchors? Oh. You tell that desire how it is. What you say? Tell that desire how it is. What time is it? It's 11:10. I did not start my dash. Oh god. I don't want to. I really want to just work on this. But I gotta figure something else out, man. I don't want to. Did I mention I don't want to? I really do not want to. That's about how, yeah, tell me about it. It all comes down to, it all comes down to what the offers are, right? Because you get like 1 or 2 offers an hour. That's how I am. And you need one of them to pay decent. If you get 2, you're lucky anymore. It used to be I could get 3 an hour at least. So do like 3 $5 ones an hour, and that's $15, right? Now you're lucky to get 1 or 2. I've sat there for 45 minutes and 45 to 50 minutes and never got an order. I've never had to sit an hour yet, I don't think, but it feels like, you know, you get one at the last possible minute, and then that delivery time, if you don't get it for 45 to 50 minutes, you go deliver that one. Well, now you're over an hour, so even that one doesn't count for $5 an hour. It counts for $5 for an hour and 15 minutes. So you're like, it's just, they're so bad. I know. No, I'm not doing it today. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow because I won't be able to guilt myself into not doing it 2 days in a row. But maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do it for longer. I should go at dinner time. Maybe I'll do dinner time. Go like at 4:30 or 5. That's a little bit better. You usually get more stuff at that time, more calls. And now that it's summertime, I don't have to be driving in the dark trying to find addresses, which sucks. And this way I can finish what I'm doing. All right, so we're doing the plays tab. So I am stopping at 11:30 though, because I got to do my daily day stuff, and then I'll come back in the afternoon. So let's see if I can finish this. All right, so we got my plays in the right position. Use anchors to stretch it to fill the remaining space. Didn't really. Whatever. All right. Configure as a horizontal. Then we right click on the plays content and select UI panel. Thought I called it. Oh, I should probably change this to content because I have plays button. No, I'll just call plays. I'm leaving it alone. All right, so we're gonna right click on this and another UI panel. Rename it to unfiltered panel. Unfiltered panel? Unfiltered panel. Unfiltered panel? Really? Tell that dinner. Yeah. Unfiltered panel. Configure as a horizontal strip at the top. Set height to 50. Okay, where's height? Set anchors to top stretch. Oh, okay. Aha, there's height 50. Set anchors to top stretch. Right click on the unfiltered panel, select UI toggle. Right, oops, right click on it, UI, toggle. Huh. Rename it to offense toggle. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's how we're using the buttons. Nice. We're getting there. Things are coming together. Configure the toggle. Find the child object. Background, check mark. Find the child objects. Background, check mark, and label. Wait, do I have a check mark child object? Backmark, check mark, and label. Are those things? Is that something I have to look in here for? Background, check mark, and toggle. It's a long process, man. You got to be able to get in there and dig in the weeds and be satisfied with little victories, little things that you accomplish. You've got to make it something that you can take pride in having completed, because you're not going to have a full-fledged application. Like those Vibe apps you're doing, they're full-fledged applications. They're tiny, but they're something, and that's what you're accomplishing, right? You're accomplishing those little victories. But when you do a big app like a game or something significant, I mean, you can do little games in vibe coding too, but like something big like this, or any kind of app that has a lot in it, you got to find victories in the little things. Create the little page and go, yes, my page works. Or create this little functionality that does this little thing, and you're like, yeah, hey, that works. Load this, display that. All those things have to be your victories. And slowly but surely they all start to piece together, and now you start to sort of kind of have an app. Because I got a ton of app now. I think I have a good amount of app. It's still not a full game, but it's still fun to, when it's working, when I haven't broken something. It's kind of cool to navigate around, go to my plays, go to my playbook, my game plan, and be able to click through this, that, and the other thing. Even going to my user account, logging in, just seeing all that stuff working is just kind of cool. But that's my little victories, and I just keep adding on stuff, like I'm doing my Unity thing, and hopefully that'll be a little victory. And once I have stuff all working, but everything is a new piece, and you just got to be happy with those things and keep going. Think of it as 1,000 little tiny vibe apps. You're just doing a lot of them, and part of that is making them work together. But if you're not ready for that kind of a massive undertaking, then keep it simple. And it's got to be something you want. I mean, you want to see the end result. It's, for me, I want to get this done so that I can turn it, I can load up my Android phone, click on my game, and play it. I want to play with this. I want this game to be my football game. And what's cool about that is if I'm going, you know what this needs? It needs X or Y. I'm like, I'm going to go at it. It's going to have this. I'm going to add that. And I can add stuff to it as it starts to be, and make it more and more and more. And then I can deploy new versions of it, make it more popular, make it cooler and better and faster and funner. Create the content panel for plays. Rename the contents. Got the content panel. Position it below the anchors. Create 4.1. Create Unity filter section. Right click on the plays content. Select. So where is these things? I don't know where those are. Am I supposed to search for those somehow? Materials. Is there a search button here? All right, let's go. Let's do a search here and then type, what is it? Top check mark? Oh, look at that, check mark. PNG, that's just an image for check mark. UI checkmark. Huh. Alright, so it said find the child objects, background, checkmark, and label. What folder? Is that actually a child object? Is that a thing? Is child object a place? No, it's not. I thought maybe it was a special set of stuff, but nope. Alright, so we got checkmark. And what does it want me to do with these things? Position it on the left side. On the left side of what? On the left side of my, right click on unit, click toggle. Right click on the unit filter panel, select UI toggle, rename it to offense toggle. Configure the toggle. Background. How do I, so here's a problem. I don't know how to center my screen. Oh, there you go. Now I do. Can I make this bigger? Or is it just me or my plays backwards? Why does plays look backwards? Is that like flipped inverted? The text. Huh. It's plays, but it's like inverted, which is totally strange. I wonder if I did the wrong one here. That says button. Why does it say button? I don't know. I don't even know if that's supposed to exist. Let's just delete that. Because there's two parts. I don't know what the two parts is. Middle center. $5,200. Yeah, it's like flipped over. Why is it flipped over? It looks YSALP. It's like written backwards. What did I do to make that right backwards? Why is my text backwards? What's going on? I didn't do nothing to make it backwards. Text wrapping mode, horizontal. Why? Why are you being backwards, you stupid text? You're being difficult. That's so weird. All right, let's go back to my original task. I will ask, but I don't want to ask it questions when I'm in the middle of a current question because then I could lose my stuff. So, all right. So, do I need to like zoom this way in? See, look at my stuff is all written backwards. Why is my text all written backwards here? Am I like flipped? Why am I like flipped? Why is this? Oh, I could be flipped. Let's go to camera 2. Or can I center? Can I change my display here? I think that might be my problem here. Still backwards, but I still think I'm looking at this thing from the wrong angle. Well, at least it's reading forward now, which means I was looking through my screen in the wrong direction. So that was part of my problem, it looks like. I don't know what camera I need to be on, but this got me flipped in the right direction. Which means I gotta take my plays button. Ooh, look, I can zoom in on it. I didn't even know I could do that. Huh. That's probably why this was bigger. I've probably got to set this. Somehow these have different horizontal alignments, I think. That's a top align, which probably should be center align. So that second thing looks like it's supposed to be a shadow of some kind. Oops, what did I grab here? Oh no, I'm grabbing the whole thing. Whoa! No. How come I can't select the parts? Just want to select this wall here. Nope. Nope. Ah, yes, live and learn. Hmm. 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 Trying to figure out how to get this shadow to be more shadowy. I feel like having the same font doesn't seem to have that effect. I can't just resize. See, this is weird. Why, you know, it has the little buttony things. You can't actually use them. Okay, so that's not changing my text size. That's just changing my text position. So what if I go with 36 again? Ooh, way too big. 24? 30? 26? Ooh, that's close. That might almost work. Except, yeah, that might almost work. Let's try it. Nope. Nope. How come I can't grab my object, man? Just want to move it. Move it, move it, move it. There we go. Sheesh. Is that great? No. Is it going to work? Possibly. It's kind of a shadow. All right, fine, whatever. Let's just go back to what I was doing. Now, I need to get this whole button and move the whole button, which means grabbing it and moving it. Nope. Not what I'm going for. I want just the button. Okay, got it back. Got things set up. Okay, now we can go back to doing this thing. All right, so we're doing the toggle, offense toggle, configure the toggle, find the child objects, background, checkmark, and label. Is checkmark a thing on this thing? Checkmark, oh. Okay. Maybe it's actually on here. What about background? Background, ah. Okay. Set the label text to offense. There's a label text. Label, label, label. Rename it to offense toggle. Configure the toggle. Find the objects, blah, blah, blah. Set the label text offense. You may need to replace with text mesh pro text. Well, I don't see a label text, so I may have to do the text mesh pro text. Is on, fade, group on value change, list is empty, add component, intercepted events. Okay, so yeah, I don't see a label text. So that means I have to do, what do you say? UI text mesh pro text. So he puts two items in there, it's so weird. But when I do that, it creates both. It creates a label and the I don't know, which one am I supposed to change? Offense toggle text. And then this one's going to be, what did it say change it to? Offense. Position on the left side. Duplicate offense toggle twice to create defense toggle and special teams toggle. It's coming along, but you know, the UI stuff is kind of slower, especially since I don't know what I'm doing, but and I don't know why this does two parts like that. Because see, there's one over here too. It's like it creates this label. It creates two things. I don't know how that's supposed to be. Defense toggle. And why? Oh, because it's right on top of the other one. That's why. Offense and defense. Okay, so we got UI offense, background offense, position on the left. Did I get ahead of myself? Use anchors to stretch it to fill the remaining space. Create unit filter. Unit panel, 50 height. Select. Where's that? Create the content panel for plays. Right click on the panel. UI plays content. Drag, transform, fill. Create unit filter. Horizontal strip. Offense toggle. Toggle. So find the child objects, background, checkmark, and label. There was no label. There is a background. There is a checkmark. Find the label text to offense, text mesh pro text, position on the left. Duplicate it, defense toggle, special teams toggle. Do I want to do it? I do need a special teams. So I do need to create a special teams one. We will go here, duplicate. There's something called special teams, and then same thing, I guess. Gonna go here. Toggle text. Special teams. I think before we were doing 24 here, so I'll switch that to 24. Now we're going to go move. Alright, I'll go back at 36 because that's actually going to have to do. Oh, that's really big. Alright. Let's go. Center. Defense. 24 center. And offense. 24 center. And we're going to go bold. And bold. And so we need to do something like -3. What happens if I try to grab multiples of these? Nope. Apparently I can't do multiple things at once. Let me say why. Too much. All right, so there are at least the lines now. Okay. So we got that. We got that offense. Update their label text. Position them side by side. Make sure only one can be selected at a time. Add a toggle group component to unfiltered panel. How do I add a toggle group? What is that? UI? Toggle active state? Toggle? I don't know what a toggle group is. I don't see a toggle group. Got a toggle. Toggle active state. All right, I'm gonna have to ask a question. Because I don't know what a toggle group is. Is it just a folder with it's just an item with a bunch of toggles in it? I could do that, but if it's not an object, so do I just create a toggle? No, but the toggle is the thing I added. I don't know. All right, so let's go find out what it's talking about for this toggle group thing. Is this 4.1? Set offense toggle is set. Okay, so okay, item 4.1 states add toggle group. I say 4.1.9 add toggle group. How do I do that? UI toggle active state are the options I see on the right click menu of the what is it called? Unfiltered panel. Of the unfiltered panel. Toggle group component isn't available directly through right-click menu. It's added as a separate component to the panel that contains your toggles. Let me walk you through that. Yeah. All right. Everything it's been doing is right-click, 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 and now it's saying, "Oh, that thing. Yeah, that's another thing." Select your unfiltered panel in the unit hierarchy window. The panel that contains your offense units. In the inspector panel on the right side, click Add Component. Ew. Toggle group. There we go. This adds a toggle group component to your unfiltered panel. Now connect your toggles to the group. Once you've added a toggle group component to your unfiltered panel, you need to connect each of your toggles to it. Select offense toggle in the hierarchy. In its inspector, look for the toggle component. Yeah. Find the field called group. There it is. Click the small circle. Select your unfiltered panel. Repeat this. Steps 1 through 5, both for defense and special teams. So I'm going to go here, 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 and then here, here, here. Make sure defense and special team toggles is unchecked. Is unchecked. Is unchecked. Is checked. Okay, getting closer. So this is my top filter, oops, which I need to move to there. Zero. It's actually a big difference. I must be really zoomed in. Okay. Height is 60. Height of 50. It's actually smaller. -30. Huh. All right. Now the problem is my check mark is wrong. See, there's no check marks on these things. Oh. Is there supposed to, are these on top of each other? Oh. Alright, so let's move this over. Oops. Oops. Oh, I see what's going on now. And so why, okay, I am so confused. Why did it, when I created a text, it creates this label and a toggle text. So I ended up with two texts. All right. So I'm going to ask what this is. Okay, so when I select, what was it? Text, whatever the heck. Oh, oh, I got a lot of stuff to go through this. Hello. Text dash text mesh pro. It inserts two items. One label and one text mesh TMP. Both have a text property. Which should I use and what is the other for? You need to reference or modify the text in your scripts like your playbook manager. You should use the Text Mesh Pro GUI. This is the component that has all the text properties you'll need, like text, content, font size. You're currently using Text Mesh Pro GUI for all your text references. Use cases for each component. This is just a container hierarchy. You typically don't need to access this directly in your scripts. All right, I got to take my midday break. I got some things I got to get done, and I will be back to this, cranking away, hopefully get me some semblance of a first page.